Alright guys, what is going on? I got an intro for today's video that you guys will see in a second. Just wanted to let you guys know real quick that this was a little experiment today. I wanted to see some fish behaviors and try a couple experiments for myself to see what would work best in a situation like this. But it's warmed up a lot. There's a lot of glass minnows out and different kinds of minnows and whatnot, all swimming around the area down here in South Florida. They have been just biting left and right on these minnows. So I went out today, threw as many baits as I could. I had a high, unrealistic expectation that I could catch at first a fish on every single bait in my box. But a couple baits didn't work, so I tried everything I could. But anyways though guys, without further ado, I'm gonna get into this intro, so stay tuned for today's video. A lot of fish, and it's gonna be a good one. What's going on, y'all? Coming back here, another video for you guys today. And I got something a little bit different planned. I'm at this spot again that I've been fishing at lately, and it's been just producing very well, hot bite after hot bite. So I got this challenge where I want to try everything in my go-to bag. I want to see if I can catch a fish on each bait that I have, whether that be an original floater, a lipless crankbait, possibly some sort of crankbait, or jerk bait. I'm gonna try some swim baits, see if that works, and I'm just gonna throw everything at them. I'm gonna see if they've been going off of pretty much like a frenzy. They start feeding and everything bites. So I'm gonna see if when they go on to a frenzy feeding style, if they just bite on anything. So we're gonna see what this challenge has in store. And anyways though guys, hope you enjoyed today's video and stay tuned. I'm going to start off with throwing this original floater and lipless crankbait, and I'm going to get to seeing what's down there. So here is just a quick walkthrough of what I'm going to be throwing out real quick. I'm going to start over with the lures. I have a silver original floater in that size that I'm going to be trying first. There's a lot of minnows here, and actually you guys can see there's already peacock bass right here. There's a couple there, a lot there, and yesterday there was just a ton of minnows cruising through here, and they were all feeding on them. So there's the school of minnows actually. So I'm gonna hopefully represent that as well. I have a lipless crankbait tied here that I think will work. So I'm gonna be going through each bait one by one, except these deep runners in this corner. These, and the swim baits, I think, are going to work. So I'm gonna get started with this video and challenge here, and let's see if I could catch a fish on all of them. Oh, okay. The lipless crankbait got him right there. As this thing was falling, he destroyed it. But anyways though guys, that is a decent little fish there on that lipless crankbait. So anyways though guys, let me get the release on that fish. There's that release. And these fish are feeding on all these minnows here that come here. There's a good amount of current. Oh, okay, well, this is why I'm here. Look at all those peacock bass feeding on those minnows. So I do think that original floater will work, so I'm gonna give it a try again. And anyways though guys, this spot I think is about to turn on. So all right, one more try with that lipless crankbait guys. I think there may be a bigger bass down there, hopefully. All right, guys, there, little largemouth on the lipless crankbait. So now, that bait's got 2 fish, so I'm gonna put that one down and give the other bait one more chance before I switch over. Right there is another fish on the lipless crankbait. Just tied on this husky jerk bait here, and this is the glass minnow color. There's a ton of fish feeding all over these minnows. They're just going insane behind me. So I'm gonna hope that this represents those minnows down there. The original floater for some reason did not work. So making my way through all the baits, and I'm gonna switch up. I'll try that bait in the end just to see if I can get a fish on it, but I'm gonna figure out something that works. I also have the lipless crankbait still tied on just in case, because I think that'll always work. But anyways though, I'm gonna switch over to this now, and I'm gonna get fish in color change. Maybe something darker. That those other few colors I was using, maybe it's too flashy for them. So I'm gonna try something a little darker. If that doesn't work, I'm gonna try a crankbait in maybe like a bluegill color or something. If not, I'm actually gonna say defeat for the hard baits other than that lipless crankbait. So then I'll switch over to some soft plastics and try around there and see what happens. But anyways. There's a fish. There we go. All right, so I switched up colors there because I was thinking that other color, the glass minnow color there, was a little maybe too bright. Anyways, guys, there's a little largemouth on the husky jerk on the baby bass color. So we got little bass eating baby bass here. So what I did there was I casted out that bait a little ways, and as it got closer in, the fish are more piled up right here. I guess this fish saw it from somewhere, and I actually saw it come out and just whack it. So there's a nice little largemouth there for you guys on the husky jerk bait. So I'm gonna get the release on that fish, and that is fish number 1 for the jerk bait. I'm gonna try get 2 on that bait, and then I'm gonna switch over to the lipless crankbait again, try that out for a little more, and then just keep working my way through the baits. So stay tuned. Release time. I didn't want to rip it out of the fish's mouth there either, because I knew he was barely hooked. Honestly, no luck there anymore on the lipless crankbait other than that one fish and the one I lost. But I'm gonna try this little shadow wrap jerk bait here right now. Gonna see what that does, and if not, try a little crankbaits and then some soft plastics. I have a feeling the soft plastics will be much better results. But anyways though, I'm gonna try this in these lures a little more. Let's see. I'm gonna try this Shad Wrap 5 in the silver color. Represent a little minnow. So I'm gonna tie this bait on real quick, and I'm gonna see. There's the fish. Little Shad Wrap right there. So Shad Wrap does it there. And that fish looks like he's been hit before on this side that I'm looking at. Let's get those hooks out. And there we go. Little fish on the Shad Wrap 5 there. Thought that'd work pretty decent. Represent all these minnows swimming around here. So I'm gonna get that release on this little largemouth here for you guys. And that one is going back. I have fish number 1 on some crankbaits. Yep. So Caught some fish on some jerk baits. The darker colors seem to work best there. And so far, first crankbait I threw out has worked. The lipless crankbait has been hit or miss. They either like it or they don't when I drop it down there. But I'm gonna keep throwing around some crankbaits. Gonna try this a little more. And then try maybe 1 or 2 more crankbaits, and then I'm gonna move over to the soft plastics and see the results there. So I am really thinking about all of these baits right now. And I'm thinking, what's gonna be the turning point here? What's just gonna start getting them left and right? As well, I do want to get on a larger one. I did lose that one when I first got here. I didn't show you guys that one, but here's that clip right now. Wow. That is a good largemouth. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, I guess I'll do anything for a fish. Okay, I got myself laughing. Okay, on the little itty bitty crappie jig. Okay, that is hilarious. I went flying for that fish. But okay, there goes to show you. No matter how small the bait, it still will catch a decent sized fish. So, what I'm gonna do now is work my way smallest to biggest for swim baits. There you guys go, the crappie jig works, and that is a decent sized largemouth there on a crappie jig. They're going crazy behind me. So, gonna release that fish real quick, try to see one more fish with the crappie jig, then I'm gonna move over to a little bit bigger swim bait, and then I'm gonna go bigger in size. So, there's fish number 1 out on the soft plastics, and got some fish on the hard baits. So now I'm gonna continue the comparison. Stay tuned. Wow, okay. All that to catch this fish. There he goes. All right, so like I said, just quickly going through all these. The crappie jig actually worked, so I'm going to be making my way through this whole box, smallest to biggest. But real quick, going to do some finesse, tied on this little Rapala swim bait on that Ned hook there. I'm going to fish it like a jig, just bounce it up and down. Definitely should get a bite here. The bite's doing well, so then I'll move my way over. The little creature bait definitely should work, and a Senko. And then gonna just throw around some swim baits, spinner baits, ball profile sizes, and eventually I'm gonna try these bigger bluegills and stuff. Hopefully, maybe there's a little bit larger bass here feeding around. So stay tuned. Got that fish on the little Ned hook by Rapala, that swim bait by them, and he choked that. Get that hook out, right there, those needle nose pliers. All right, got that hook out now, and there's one fish, the Ned rig. Those Rapala swim baits paired up on that Ned hook. Thought would work. So that's also a good little bass there. So gonna get the release on that one there. And that is another fish with swim baits. And that Rapala swim bait on the Ned hook there. Just got this little not too serious video today. Wanted to do an experiment with how fish feed and what they bite on. This would be a great place to work with it. But anyways though, after this video, I'm probably gonna give the spot a rest for a few weeks and preserve the bite here. Make sure I don't overfish it too much right here so they don't come here anymore. But anyways though, gonna keep trying a few more baits, and this is a good little video for you guys. So keep watching, and the bigger the bait, hopefully the bigger the fish. All right, so that Rapala is pretty well there. But anyways though, it's a little smaller one, a lot smaller, but on that little Ned bait there. So I'm gonna switch it up a little bit and give something else a chance. And so far, looks like the soft plastics are gonna do better than the hard baits and the lures, but release time. There's a fish. That feels like a good one, guys. But there's a fish on that little Zoom super swimming fluke. Another fish. Gonna get the release on that one. That one's a lot more white and pale than the others. But gonna get the release on that fish there. So, caught a couple, or one. Ooh, this one's all beat up on his side right here. See right there on the scales. But anyways, got this one on a little Bruiser Intruder by Bruiser Baits. Little creature style bait there. But wow, there's all sorts of bass down there. You get the release on this one here, and that is another fish. So, gonna finish up on soft plastics. Go to the Senko, get the fish on that, just cross it off the list. Then I'm gonna go into some spinner baits, and then lastly, some bigger swim baits. So, release time. You get the release, but see right there? It's all beat up on the scales right there. So I wonder what happened to that fish, but gonna get that fish released right there. There, that fish goes. Fish. It's a little thicker one on the Senko there. Oh yeah, that's definitely a thicker one. A lot thicker and better there. That hook out, just like that. All right, there on the Senko, it's another fish for today's little catch as many as you can challenge. But look at that. Finally, a little bit better one. I'm gonna get the release on that fish for you guys, and that is a much nicer one. I'm gonna throw that Senko out there again, and maybe there's a much bigger one. There seem to be all sorts of sizes, so I'm excited for that swim bait to see if I get a big one. Stay tuned. All right, guys, much better largemouth there. Gonna get the release on that one here. Oh, it's so ready to go. Okay, going back. There's fish. All right, well, that proves that theory. Bass love Senkos, Yamamoto Senko there, and that was within 5 minutes that last decent sized largemouth bass. But all right, I'm gonna switch over now to the swim baits, and that is another bass there for our little fish challenge today. I haven't been keeping count, honestly. I think that's about 10 now, to be honest, but great day today. So release time. Got that fish on a little spinnerbait there by Strike King. Ooh, that hook came right out. But anyways, I was thinking this red with that blade would be very good. That's a thick fish there. That's a good, solid pound and a half, 2 pound largemouth there. That is a very good one right there on that spinnerbait. But all right, guys, gonna get the release on that bass there, and they're getting bigger and bigger. So my thought process was the bigger the profile, the bigger the fish, and so far that's looking true. So that spinnerbait did well. I'm gonna get the release on that fish there. Going back in. Alrighty. Alright. Fish number 2 on that little Strike King spinnerbait. That swim bait attachment at the bottom. But anyways, release time. We can switch over to a different style spinnerbait now. Alright, y'all. I guess I was not recording there, but another bass. Just switched baits over to the Huddleston Deluxe weakness grass minnow. The swim baits in this box. And there, another little bass. Good little bass there, hit it like a freight train. But the bigger ones and the larger size profile bass are liking the bigger profile baits. So that's a good thing to see. This one's going back. Hopefully I can find, like I say, keep saying, gonna get to that last large bait and see if I can get a good fish. But there, it's a good little bass for you guys to get the release. There's the fish. Alright, y'all. Another fish there. Switched over to a hot top hook shad by Huddleston Deluxe. Nevertheless, keep getting on them. Release that one, and then we're on the big ones. Alrighty, y'all. There's a heavy shadow behind me, but I'm gonna try this 6-inch Savage Gear paddle tail swim bait. I'm gonna try one more after that. Hopefully it doesn't get too bad, the visibility. But I'm gonna try this Savage Gear Huddleston boot tail swim bait as well. But those are gonna be my last 2 baits for this little challenge here. And then I'm gonna close it out. But anyways though, gonna try this 6-inch swim bait real quick, see if I can get a big bite. And I'll mix it up with a couple last minute baits just to see if I can get some last minute fish. But anyways, stay tuned. Just made a crucial error now, and I cast that bluegill swim bait completely off. So there went $25 down the drain for fishing bait. But anyways though, guys, I got some great results here. I'm gonna real quickly lastly throw on 2 or 3 more baits of Senko. I'm gonna try the original floater one more time to see if I could get a bite on that. And as well, lastly, may throw on 1 more bait. But anyways, I'm gonna see if I can get on 2 or 3 more fish. Let's see. There's a fish. Peacock. There's a little different fish species for you guys. Peacock bass right there. They've been sitting down there all morning, and I'm surprised that none of the other lures I threw down there managed to get one. But there is a good little Florida peacock bass to add to that little challenge. Switched over to this baby bass husky jerk bait for some last minute bait throwing before I close out this video. But there is a good little Florida peacock bass for you guys. Can you get the release on that one? Great little Florida peacock there. Can you get that release? Oh, so energetic. All right, a couple more fish I'll catch maybe on that jerkbait. I'm gonna try a Senko, and that is gonna do it for today's little multi-fish catching video. Fish there. on the Senko. Release them. Monster fish. On the Senko. Because of the light in here, I'm just gonna close off this video somewhere else where the lighting's a little better, but gonna get that release, see if I get one more fish. There's the fish. All right, a good one. Finish it off. All right, I said that'd be my last one, but we have just fished up the entire Yamamoto bag, so no more Yamamoto baits left. Gonna have to go buy some new ones, but there we go, guys. Well, that is gonna do it for today's video. So, like I said, I had a little challenge, wanted to go there during a feeding frenzy, throw all my baits out, see what I could hook up with. Threw out many different baits. Surprisingly, the original floater did not get a single fish. Best hard baits lures I used were the lipless crankbait and the husky jerk. That color there that I switched over to, the baby bass, did a lot better, I think, than the original color I used, the glass minnow. I think those shinier colors were scaring away the minnows some. So the peacock bass and the largemouth were following the minnows. But anyways, though, little mixed results there for the hard baits. The soft baits now, they got a lot more fish. The best bait there was the Senko. I used up all my Senkos. Actually, I got one here, but that's the only one left, so I'm gonna have to go buy some new ones. But in all, 20 fish. So I'm gonna be giving that spot a rest for a while now. I don't want to overfish it or fish it too much. But anyways, though, that was a great little experiment I did there to see what they're biting the best in a situation like that. From what I noticed, they're hiding down at the bottom. They're submerged. A bottom bait does very well in moments like that. So I would recommend throwing on some kind of lure, soft plastic style bait. The lures work too. But that was overall a very fun little 2 hours I spent there. I got 20 fish in 2 hours, threw out many different baits, and just overall, great little day there. If you guys like this video today, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing some more outdoor content coming up soon, and I'm going to get out of the urban areas. I'm getting a little tired of hearing cars going around left and right, seeing buildings and whatnot, so the next few videos are going to be out and about. Next video, Everglades fishing video I got planned. Going to see if I could get on some fish out there in the glades. But if anything though, guys, stay tuned. I'm going to be uploading this weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video.